Hello again, everyone, and welcome into Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock with you as we talk some Fort Hays State football. Head coach Chris Brown will be joining us. We'll recap the nice win last Thursday, 35-6 over the Mules of Central Missouri, who came into the game ranked 13th at the time. Now the Tigers get another stiff test on the road. They'll be in Edmond, Oklahoma this Saturday night, first Saturday game of the year, taking on a very good Central Oklahoma Bronco team. Tiger Talk again presented by the fine folks at Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro. They're at 27th and Indian Trail in Hays, and by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers on North Vine and Hays, the taste that brings you back. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll catch up with head coach Chris Brown. He'll join us next right here on Tiger Talk. And welcome back to Tiger Talk. That was some of the action from Thursday night. Fort Hays State knocking off the Mules of Central Missouri, 35-6. Tiger Talk presented by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, and of course Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, where they have their delicious cooked-to-order food, rich and creamy frozen custard churned fresh throughout the day. It's all at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, North Vine and Hays. The taste that brings you back. Chris Brown, the head coach of the Tigers, joins us. Nice win on Thursday night. Home opener, played well, got off to another quick start, second game in a row. It's been a pretty good formula.
It has so far, and hopefully we can continue that these next 9 weeks at least. But you know, I'm proud of our offense and our defense and the way they played these last few weeks. Even the special teams have played very, very well these last 2 weeks. But you know, we still got a lot of things to work on. We still got things that, you know, we need to get a lot better at, and you know, hopefully we can work on those things these next few weeks and get some things cleaned up. So, you know, we're pretty solid right now, but I want to be even better than what we are right now.
Kind of a new look for Fort Hays State. You came out in gray uniforms. Looked sharp on Thursday.
We did. Kids were pretty excited about it. You know, we broke those out on Wednesday after walkthrough, and you know, we went to walk through in our normal uniforms, and then they came back to the locker room and saw the grays, and they got pretty excited. And you know, just something for the kids. They've been working so hard, and this was a big game for us. You know, the number 13 team in the country coming here, so we had to get a little more excitement, and I think they liked them.
I think so. I think a lot of folks liked them. It was a good, sharp look for your squad, and they played well in them, so that was certainly a good sign. And offense obviously got you out to that 21-0 lead, but your defense, that's a high-powered Central Missouri offense, and you held them to 2 field goals in the ball game. And you had some returners back, obviously some big players back, but you lost some key playmakers from a year ago. So the defense maybe surprised you? Not that you didn't expect them to be good, but the way they've played the first 2 weeks?
The kids that we had, I just knew their work ethic, the things that they do, you know, on a daily basis, and you know, that's what makes them good football players. They're prepared, they watch a lot of film, they're coached very well by our defensive staff, and you know, I'm not really surprised just because, you know, we got a great coach staff and we got good kids as well, and you know, things are important to these kids, and they want to do well and they want to be successful, and they're going to do everything they can possibly to be the most successful that they can. And it's just their work ethic. I mean, they put the grind in, they put the work in, and then they prepare themselves, and you know, that's why they're such a good team.
Another good day for Jacob Mazzara, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Got away with one that was returned, but they got called for roughing the passer. But minus that one, pretty solid game for him again.
Pretty good day. You know, he did a good job of making the reads. He had a lot of pressure on him, and he got hit a few more times than what we wanted him to get hit, and it was just a little miscommunication by the guard and the running back. But you know, we'll get that cleaned up this week and hopefully take care of him and not let him get hit so much, because you know, as a quarterback, you know, that takes a toll on you, you know, week in and week out. But you know, he stayed in there, stayed in the pocket, took a few shots, and still made some nice passes, and you know, made some nice throws for touchdowns as well.
And Nathan Shepard, we talk about the defense. It starts up front. He had 3 tackles for loss, a sack, a forced fumble. Didn't call his name a whole lot in the first game at Missouri Southern. You told us how you're going to maybe open things up defensively a little bit, and he had a big game.
He had a great game. You know, he's a strong, powerful kid, and you know, he had that center or that guard on their heels all night long, and did a good job to get some pressure on the quarterback. We also did a good job of containing the quarterback as well, but Nathan Shepard had a tremendous game, and I mean, when you watch that film, it's amazing how powerful he really, really is. I mean, he's a strong, strong kid.
Well, your team gets the win, and I would think confidence-wise right now has to be as high as it's been in a long time.
It is. You know, there's a fine line between confidence and having arrogance and cockiness, and that's something we really got to work with our kids this week. Is, you know, you did beat a very, very good football team, and you know, but that's only step 2. You know, we got, you know, 9 more steps at least to get where we want to be. But we got to stay even keel. We still got to work every single day and be prepared every single day and not look by anybody, because you know, in this conference, if you look by somebody, you're going to get beat.
Now the Tigers get the big win, 35-6. We'll break it down, talk a little more detail with the coach when we return. Tiger Talk brought to you by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers and Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro. We're back with more right after this.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country. And yes, before that, we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a listen live link at hayespost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, real country. 99 KZ Country.
And welcome back to Tiger Talk. It is brought to you by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, where you can get to cook to order double steak burger, crispy shoestring fries, seasoned with Freddy's famous seasoning. Then, of course, finish it off with their signature Turtle Sundae at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, North Vine and Hayes. The taste that brings you back. You heard the highlight of Harley Hazlitt's touchdown that put the Tigers up 14-0, and saw Harley run a little quarterback. He had the big game on the shovel passes against Missouri Southern. Lined him up there quarterback and was pretty successful. It helps to have a wide receiver who played quarterback in high school.
It is. You know, there's so many things you can do with Harley. I mean, he can catch the ball, he can run reverses, he can throw the ball. He's used to that Wildcat package anyway from high school, you know, back in Abilene. So, man, we got to use him as a weapon. And you know, eventually somebody will start picking up on some things with him doing those, you know, Wildcat positions. But the kid's a tremendous athlete. And on that play, you know, he didn't even wait for Bacon to come across. He just took the snap and knew we needed to get downhill and get into the end zone. And you know, there's something I don't do very often as well. Usually 4th and 1, I'm kicking or 4th and goal from the 1, I'm kicking a field goal. But for some reason that day, I just said, let's go for it. And Harley did a good job of making me look good.
You had a couple of 4th down opportunities that you went for, and as you said, kind of uncharacteristic.
It is. Maybe that's because, I don't know, maybe I switched to the offensive side of the ball, or I'm not playing so defensive and more attacking. But you know, in years past, these kids have always wanted to go for 4th down, especially 4th and short. I feel like we got the guys up front. I feel like we got the tailbacks, and we got the players to take some chances here and there. And you know, we went for it, you know, 3 times, and we got 2 of the 3.
Drew Kite had a couple of big catches, and I know you had some stuff specifically for him as you kind of get him acclimated from basketball to football. He had a couple of really nice catches that helped set up that first touchdown.
It was. You know, he's a tremendous athlete. Just him getting off the ball, and you know, you don't realize how fast he is until you really see him on film. You know, him getting off the ball and somebody else. But he's got tremendous, you know, speed to get to a defensive back in a hurry and make that guy make a decision. And you know, he catches the ball very well. He's very athletic. He's long. He's got some good size to him as well. But man, he's going to be a good one.
And then Kenneth broke off the 31-yard touchdown run, explosive play there. Didn't play a lot, and then came back in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he did. You know, he got a little muscle tightness in his back, and you know, we're kind of dealing with that right now. But we'll get him back here, you know, ready to go this Saturday. But it's just kind of limited through practice. But no, I think he's going to be fine. But you know, we still got some guys in there. You got Charles Tigner, you got Isaiah Blackman, who fills in as well, and you know, I'm very comfortable with those guys playing too. So it's good to have some depth at that position, because you get pretty beat up at that running back position, you know, carrying the ball, you know, 20 times a game.
Monterio Birchfield had another great catch. He had the diving catch at Missouri Southern in the season opener. About the same spot on the field. He went really high to pull one. He doesn't get a lot of yardage, but he had 4 big catches in the game, and it seems like every one is a remarkable play.
Yeah, every catch that he makes for us it's a tremendous. Always a 4 first down or 4 touchdown, and you know, he's a tremendous athlete. He is strong. I mean, when you see him on the football field, he is a very, very strong guy. He's very good blocking. I would hate to be a corner, you know, trying to defend him, or even, you know, get off a block just to go make a tackle, because when he locks you up, it's tough.
Well, the Tigers got the big lead, 21-0. They had a 21-3 halftime lead, and of course, as you know, go on and beat Central Missouri. We'll talk more about the game when we return. Tiger Talk brought to you by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers and Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro. And we have more right after this.
As you plan for your business in 2018, advertising should be an important part of your growth strategy. Digital marketing puts your business in front of the right customers online. Advertising with the Hays Post ensures your message will be viewed 1.5 million times a month, including 375,000 unique views a week. Are you ready to grow your business? Advertise with us today. It's affordable and it works. Call us today at 785-628-0467. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
And welcome back to Tiger Talk, brought to you by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail. Hey, great. They've got a meal for something for every meal. And of course, the convenient drive-thru. Get you a nice cup of coffee on your way to work in the morning or anytime throughout the day at Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail in Hays. I heard one of the fourth down stops by the Tigers late in that second quarter. That was a big play and really kind of a turning point of the game. You were up 21-0. They drive down and got inside the 20. You hold them to the field goal. They get a 3 and out, and they get the ball back, and you get the stop on fourth down, and then they get the ball to start the third quarter. Again, drive in the red zone. You hold them to a field goal. I think it was a stretch of 31 plays to them, to your 3. You hold them to 6 points. The game could have swung right there, but you guys did a great job.
Doesn't sound very good for us offensively or defensively, but you know, our defense did a great job of keeping them out of the end zone, you know, all day long. Been a little bit here and there, but you know, when it really came down to hunkering down and not letting them in the end zone and making them settle for field goals, you know, they did that. You know, I thought defensively we really pursued the ball well. I thought we tackled a lot better than we had in the past. Did a good job of containing Bowles, you know, in the pocket, but you know, 3 points is a lot better than 7. You know, who knows if they get those 7 points, they're right back in the game. You know, now it's, you know, 11-point game, and they did well. I mean, I'm proud of our guys, and we come back and score pretty quick.
Yeah, that was kind of a backbreaker for them mentally, I think. And then you come right back, 71-yard pass to Lane Bieberly. That was a sweet one to watch as he takes it in for his for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was. You know, we've been kind of hitting short routes all day long, and you know, typical corners. You know, we try to make ours disciplined and be expecting that at all times. And you know, they came up and pressed Lane, and you know, he went vertical. Jake put it right on the money, and Montero Bushfield had a great block downfield to really open it up for Lane to score. But that was a huge play for us.
Yeah, it may have been the play of the game because now you're up 28-3, and that very next possession, I think Wyatt Parker got a big sack, kind of threw them off, and you got the stop. It's kind of like baseball. You get a big inning, you want your pitcher to go out there and put a 0 on the board. You get a big hitter like that, you don't want to give much up, and your defense did that, got the ball right back.
They did. You know, we went out, scored, stopped them. You know, they gave us the opportunity to get the ball back and run some time off the clock as well. But you know, I just thought, you know, through the whole game, our guys really played confident. They played, you know, with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. And you know, we always talk about trying to gain some respect, and they believe that as well, that we're trying to get some respect in this conference and in the country, because, you know, out here in Hays, it's out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, nobody's really looked at Hays, Kansas as you know, a good football town, but I think these kids are really putting us on the map right now.
Now, no doubt about that. And then you got that final score from Bieberly for the final margin. Came after the near misfire on the interception with a long return, but they got called for roughing the passer. And hey, you catch a break like that, you want to take advantage of it, and you guys did.
Yeah, we do. We'll take a break anytime. And you know, it's a ball. Jake had pressure all day long and tried to fit into a little bit of a hole. But, you know, roughing the passer is roughing the passer, and, you know, it happens. But he did a good job of getting up and getting downfield and stopping that kid. And, you know, it happens. But that was a big break for us, and us capitalizing on those things is important because, you know, in the past we hadn't. But now our kids are figuring those things out of when to capitalize and how to score points and, you know, keep just being consistent on a you know, every play basis and playing hard every play, and our kids do that right now.
Well, the Tigers got the win 35-6. They are 2-0 in the country, and now gearing up for another tough one, Central Oklahoma in Edmond on Saturday night. First Saturday game of the season, and we'll talk about it when we return. As Tiger Talk is brought to you by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger and Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro. We'll take our final break. We've got our final segment coming up right after this here on Tiger Talk.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, Tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM.
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
And welcome back to Tiger Talk. It's our final segment, and of course it's brought to you by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers on North Vine in Hayes. Of course, they've got the frozen custard, the steak burgers, delicious cook-to-order steak burgers, and don't forget about the Chicago-style hot dogs. You'll find it all at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, the taste that brings you back. Before we talk about UCO, I know you've always had a lot of Florida kids on your team. Coach McCray from down in Florida, Hurricane Irma coming through. Everybody and their family doing okay?
Yeah, it seems like they're doing fine. I have a few kids from that area, but power's out. But they've been able to contact their families, and so far everything's good so far. So hopefully it continues that way, and praying for those families down there as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that, and certainly wish the best for all of them. And now your team gets to play a Saturday game. How does that change, playing the 2 Thursday games, and then now you shift to Saturday? You haven't really had a true regimented week like you normally would in the season.
Yeah, you have. Thursdays, it gets me off schedule. So, we get done playing, and it's Friday, and I'm thinking it's Sunday, and my whole clock is messed up, and even this whole week has been kind of messed up, but I gave the kids some time off. We came in Friday, watched the film, lifted, and and just kind of put that game behind us and gave them Saturday and Sunday off. Gave our coaching staff a whole day off on Saturday just to kind of hang out with their families and catch up a little bit, because we're getting ready to hit the grind of 7 days a week for the next 3 or 4 months with recruiting and all that. So it was good to get that little break, but now we're back into the grind and ready to go.
Central Oklahoma down in Edmond, very good football team. Lost by 3 to Pitt on Saturday night. Probably could have won that game, had a big interception early, and then obviously a block punt return for a touchdown, kind of the difference. But scary team. They're 1-1 and look really good.
They are. They're a team that could be very easily 2-0, and they got a great defense that gives you a bunch of different looks. They got some very skilled players on that side of the ball as well. Some big D linemen. They got a huge linebacker that was a transfer from Garden City that makes a lot of plays as well. But they're very solid and very sound. Then offensively, they got the 2 running backs. Stallard's a very good quarterback who is well in the pocket, and he's probably even better when he's out of the pocket. And they got a big offensive line, and they just kind of keep you off balance all day long with different formations and things like that. But they are a very good football team.
Well, those 2 running backs, McKenzie and Gandra, a pretty good 1-2 punch. Well, they didn't run it as well against Pitt State, but throwing the ball well. And they've got a couple of scary receivers. JT Looper looks to be as good as there might be in the conference.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they find these kids that are just tremendous athletes, and Coach Bobek does a good job of preparing those kids and getting them ready to play. And we're going to have to keep everything in front and not give up the big plays. And 2 years ago we went down there and we were down 21 points and found a way to come back and win that ball game. But we got to get there ready to play and be on top of things, and because they're a scary football team.
The fact that you played Thursday, you have a weekend, and now you can get ready for them. Does that maybe help after coming off a big win, nationally ranked opponent, as you mentioned, trying to make a name and move Fort Hays State up the conference ladder? Maybe a little bit more time between them, easier to get past that game, forget about it, and get the focus solely on UCO?
Yeah, it is. Especially having those 2 days off. That really just kind of gives your kid time away from it, and you're not thinking about it. And they've already been upstairs watching film, yesterday on UCO. So we got a good group right now. They do everything that's asked of them, and they do even more. We don't have to tell these kids to come up and watch film. They just do it on their own. So a good group. I just feel like they do everything right, and it goes through the summer as well. But they're a good group of kids that go to class every single day. They don't miss a workout. They don't miss meetings. And they're just locked in and focused, and they want to make a name for themselves in this conference.
Well, we'll see what happens. Should be a fun one. Saturday night at Watland Stadium in Edmond, Oklahoma. Fort Hays State taking on the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you in Edmond on Saturday.
Thanks, Gerard.
You bet. Good to have some Saturday football again. Fort Hays State, Central Oklahoma. If you can't make it, obviously, you can hear it on Tiger Radio Mix 103, 6 o'clock with the Auto World pregame show. Hey, don't forget, you can catch the video replay of Tiger Talk. It's on Eagle TV. TV, channels 614 and 14 at 11, 4, and 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Again, thanks to Jordan for helping out behind the camera for the video portion of Tiger Talk. And the show is brought to you by the Hayes Meadow Orthopedic Institute, the Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Belt Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, BTI, and Horizon Appliance and Electronics, and of course, Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen and Custard and Steak Burgers, North Vine and Hayes, the taste that brings you back. For Coach Chris Brown, this is Gerard Wellbrock. So long, everyone.